The show is starting.
Shazam.
Shazam. Chickadee, chickadee, fire noise.
What is going on, everybody? What is going on? Welcome to this week's episode 188 of the STS Guys. I am Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
Hey guys, it's Nate.
I'm Scott.
And we are the STS Guys, a weekly podcast where we sit around, shoot the shit, and talk about anything geeky, nerdy, and cool. What is going on this week, guys?
Well, we're all four here again. That's good.
Yes.
And we're crushing that bi-weekly.
Yeah,
that thing's
yes.
done. We're getting
what I
that
was
weekly
thinking,
back, baby.
Take that,
Right.
Apple Podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck you, Apple Podcast.
I
But
see you.
overall, it has been exactly 1 week.
1 week.
It's been a week.
It has been a week.
It's been a week.
Weeks are fun.
It's been a good week.
You can
Yeah.
tell none of us really have any
Well, I mean, we do.
stalling for time. All right.
Well, we talked about last time What If, and we got a new What If episode, so that was kind of cool.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we'll talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, we will have to talk about that just because, like I said, the first two episodes, like I said, these last two episodes, way better because they were dark. They were kind of messed up, especially that third one.
That's true.
I really didn't enjoy, like, as much as I'm going to get probably flack for this. I did not enjoy the Ocean's 11 with Guardians of the Galaxy that the second one was.
No,
Um,
neither did I.
and like, and at what point did they ever establish that the collector was like ripped, by the way, from that second one? Because like nothing about his character in the first Guardians made you think like that dude could handle his own in a fist fight against
Oh, no.
Black Panther.
It's the alternate reality collector where
Right,
he hit the gym way more than...
So because for some reason picking up the wrong Star Lord indicated that he had to hit the gym. That was the like change.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like I said, those first two episodes, like I said, I think that's why I didn't watch like I said, the last two right away, right? Just because I'm like, I this show is not interesting me at all. Like it's just not grabbing my attention. However, these last two episodes, right? I said, well, and we can talk about this after we talk about our weeks. Way darker, my cup of tea, right? Like I said, the more messed up something is, the more I'm inclined to watch it.
Yeah.
That's true. Definitely pushing the stories a little bit further in these last two. But before we get into that, we should get into our It's Been a Week stories. So does anybody have a major It's Been a Week story?
Okay. Do you guys? Okay. So I'm gonna. Do you guys want to know why I'm a horrible person? Like, do you guys want to hear this?
You need to tell us.
When you put it that way, yeah.
So today I went to go get Starbucks. I needed some coffee.
Cool.
We went to go get Starbucks. I ordered the Starbucks in the app, but because I'm halfway between two different ones, I accidentally chose the wrong Starbucks, and so I went to the wrong one, right? So I did my app and went to the wrong one. They were super, super cool about it. And they're like, listen, like, we can make you the drinks, right? You've already gotten it. So kudos to the Hutto Starbucks. They were super cool. But then I was a jerk and I was like, you know what? I could use some coffee. So I went and picked up my original order a couple miles away.
Oh my God.
I am a horrible human being for doing this.
I mean, it's Starbucks.
It's
So,
Starbucks.
I mean, they were going to throw it. They were going to throw it away anyhow.
They would have
if
thrown
you
it away
didn't come.
anyhow.
They
right?
would have
Because
thrown
it
it
didn't
away,
make-
yes.
They would have thrown it away, so I went and got it. But like, I felt really bad because the other folks, I was ready to just be like, "Oh, cool, I did the wrong one. I'm out.
I'll go.
I'll go to the next one. It's 10 minutes down the road. I'll just go get it." But no, they were cool. But then I was like, I'm gonna take advantage of this situation. I feel bad.
It's this story right here that's basically why I'm surprised me and Scott aren't brothers. Like it's because I have no shame in doing that same exact thing. It's very similar to, I don't know, a group of Harry Potter hats that we may have bought off Amazon that I returned promptly after a podcast episode.
We just made sure we didn't take the tags off of them.
I remember that day.
Yep. So yeah. So there's my story as to why I'm a dick.
Or like this guy right here who he uses GameStop as a rental service.
I used to call it the Gamestop Rental because GameStop lets you play used games for 7 days. You can take them back. So I used to see if I could beat the game throughout the weekend and then take it back.
It's a challenge.
It's a good.
It was. Yeah, I didn't have a very good success rate at beating the whole game, but I would get pretty far through it. And then sometimes just keep the game, so I wanted to actually finish it. So
it's a win-win.
Good.
Either way.
Yeah. If it's bad, if you're like, I don't like this, I can let it go. You go give it back.
Yeah, you get rid of a lot of games that you would have probably regretted later on.
Yeah, exactly. So that's it. Like that's what I was looking at. I was like, I'm kind of a dick, but
the worst one I've had lately is DoorDash. Right, DoorDash a couple weeks ago delivered food to the wrong house, not to my house, and they send you the picture. So I messaged the person back, be like, yeah, dude, that's not my house. No answer. I know that they always deliver it to people across the street. So went and got my food and then came back and messaged DoorDash and be like, hey, didn't get my food. It was like $40 worth of barbecue.
I've done that with Amazon though, where they've delivered my package to the wrong house. And they're like, are you sure that's the wrong house?
And they refund the entire thing on DoorDash.
Yeah, DoorDash gives you all your money back.
Yeah, and Amazon has done the same thing. I think this mic got delivered to the wrong house.
Yeah, ways to sham the system from the STS guys.
Yeah,
and I'm not paying you to make me walk across the street to get my food.
Yeah, but
that's not cool.
See, I felt like I was a little porch pirate though, because I thought I recognized the package because I didn't know the house, right? That it was this mic was delivered at. But I saw a package and I was like, that kind of looks like the house that package was at. So as I was walking by, I ran and grabbed it and I looked and said it was addressed to me. So I could be like, this is mine. But like if they have like a Ring camera or anything at the time, they'd be like, this guy's stealing our shit.
So Manny
isn't that our neighbor?
Yeah. Manny brings up a point. He's like, I don't know how you can all do the DoorDash or one of those things. Don't they all rip you off on delivery? Manny, I said there's a trick that you can do. I said it's just if you just get creative with email addresses and trials and I don't know.
It's real easy to make it's real easy to make a Gmail that you can forget after like a week, and get some of them free. If you sign up, get some free stuff.
Free usually.
I will add on to that too that. Right everywhere that the four of us have lived, Arizona and now Texas, like it's hot, man. Like sometimes I just don't want to drive to the Chick-fil-A. I'll pay somebody $5 to bring me the Chick-fil-A. It's okay. Sometimes it's worth it for the couple extra bucks for the delivery fee and the tip. I'm okay with being lazy.
So Larry, you said two things. You said
Arizona smells funny,
and
nice. I should have said Whataburger instead of Chick-fil-A.
You should have.
Whataburger.
He's looking for the button.
Looking for the
what a burger!
It's the first one he found.
Yeah. Well done.
All right.
I'm telling you, I hate that it's all in a list now, and because I have to scroll through the list, and then if I miss it, I'm like, crap, where'd it go? I want my big tiles back. Those are easy to find.
If no one else has a story, I got a story.
Well, Jimmy, you got something that you got to show off.
Yeah.
Well, I literally can't fit it in the frame.
It's that big.
It's that big. And
hello.
Wow. Nate.
That's what she said.
Hey,
that was our secret. I sent you those photos in confidence, Nate.
Yeah.
Well, I was so impressed I just had to share it.
Yeah.
I like
Jaren's
that.
packing.
I like that.
I like that a lot.
I put a Coke can next, for for size comparison and girth. It's some call it impressive.
It was like 6 Coke cans. At least
He doesn't tell you it's one of those little mini ones.
the world's smallest.
No,
Anyway, what did you buy? Or what did you
anyways,
deliver?
What is it? What is it?
So like I said, here's a bingo square. Surprise, surprise. Jeremy bought a hot toy.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh shit! But not just any hot toy.
Yeah.
Is this your biggest hot toy yet?
This is my biggest hot toy yet. This is the most I've ever spent on a collectible in my entire life.
It's impressive.
Like this is the most money I've ever spent on a collectible, and it's basically something like I had, other stuff I could have done, right? But I wanted it. That's what I wanted. So I bought the Hulkbuster. So the Hot Toy Hulkbuster, 1/6 scale Hulkbuster.
Sweet.
Wow.
Where you can actually fit the full size 1/6 scale Iron Man inside the Hulkbuster.
Have you tried that yet?
No, I have not tried it yet because I don't want to. Well, here's the thing. I said the Iron Man figure is like $400, so I'm like,
Yeah. Is that the die-cast one that you have? Oh yeah, I'd be scared to put that inside of another one because it's probably a pretty tight fit overall.
I'm sure it's made for it, but you don't want to scratch it up or anything.
Yeah, you don't want to scratch up the die-cast.
and plus, I said you're not gonna see it. Like I said, anyways, I said maybe.
Yeah.
So maybe you could barely see it over there. So I have it in my
looks good.
display cabinet. So yeah, so there's the Hulkbuster. Yeah. It takes up literally half the entire display cabinet. I think it's huge.
Sick.
Wow, that is huge.
So that is whoa.
Careful.
That's the quarter inch. That's the quarter-inch Spider-Man, and so it's taller than the quarter-inch Spider-Man. There's like the standard like size hot toys, but yeah, it takes up literally half the display cabinet. Like it is massive. It's like a good 8 inches taller than the Hulk.
Yeah, Ed.
It looks. That display looks great.
Ed brings up a good point. If you want to see a really good picture of it, check out Jeremy's Instagram at TXGerms.
Yes,
That's right.
Good looking out.
Yeah, no, it's like I said something I've wanted forever, but I say it's
awesome.
Now home in the collection. Unboxing that thing was massive. Like
is it stressing you out as you're unboxing? You're like, holy shit, this is bigger than I thought it was.
It was well, partly just because I'm like just because of the price. I'm careful with stuff anyways, but I'm like, I really don't want to mess this up.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's literally so big and awkward. Like you have to and every piece on it articulates. Like so, like the flaps articulate. So the legs articulate. So there's every joint on the fingers articulate. The entire chest opens up, and then you can actually fit the figure inside. But that was awesome. So that was one hot toy I said purchased this week. There's actually another one that I haven't unboxed yet. I've been messing around with Hulk all day. But I did pick up the Spider-Man Far From Home Mysterio. So I got Mysterio.
Oh, cool.
I said to unbox as well. But
I have to say,
that's
like of all the Mysterios,
figure.
that is a good looking Mysterio. Like
it is.
They did a really good job with the costuming on Mysterio. Like as I see it now in the figure form and everything, like it just reminds me, like I really, really enjoyed the way they had him look.
He's super impressive. Like so the way with how he looks, that like
smoke helmet thing that they have. Like they did a really good job with that purling or whatever to make it look like smoke.
Yeah, and plus it has like I said light up features.
Do you get a Jake Gyllenhaal head with it?
Yeah, there's a Jake Gyllenhaal head sculpt. I said that actually comes with it as well.
Cool. Nice.
But yeah, so here here's what it looks like, right? Application window. Blah. Yeah, here's what it looks like. It's pretty awesome. Like I said, there's this smoke effect. It comes with a wire cape. It comes with these smoke effects. Cool. Like I know what all this stuff is called now because I've been watching Nate stuff for long enough, right? But yeah, no, it's an impressive figure. Has like I said reflective luminescence. Like I said has all these like I said diecast pieces on it.
Wow.
But
I love the cape too.
Well, and the cape actually has reflective like black light reflective things on it.
Cool.
It's
awesome.
It's pretty awesome. I was trying to figure out if they had there's the Jake Gyllenhaal head sculpt.
Looks good. Nice. And it's a good sculpt too.
Yeah.
Just that portrait right there. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So I'll be unboxing that one soon.
Can't wait to see that.
Yeah. But then that wasn't the only mail call this week. as well. I said I did. I said get one other thing. Shout out, I said, to Andrew from the Toy Rewind podcast.
Oh yeah,
I said,
know those guys.
Because like I said, I got the one thing I wanted. I said in a trade. I said, from the box of fun, which was the Freddy Funko as Jollibee. So,
awesome.
Ooh.
Very
So
cool.
it's-
Way to go, Andrew.
So it was, I said, very awesome pickup, very nice. I said for a trade with this. We said we worked out a pretty good trade. So I said he was a fan of my Chris Uminga, I said Batman little statue that I had. I said that I got from like Hot Topic back in the day. So ended up trading that. That's off to a brand new home. And so I said, and then
Cool.
I said the Jollibee in return.
Perfect.
Solid
That's
trade.
awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
Gotta love when that happens.
Yeah, we gotta celebrate with a Halo next time we go to Jollibee.
That fucking hodgepodge of everything. It's basically like, what all
Or
do we
not.
have that's sugary?
Is that just
This
a dish
stuff,
full
and
of
this stuff
food?
kind of is.
Put it in.
Yeah, it's it's the questionable dessert, Nate. Well, mine, like all I've got for It's Been a Week is food. So we went to Terry Black's barbecue yesterday for the first time in like a year. Like I hadn't been there since we moved, right? When I came to visit, me, Jeremy, Scott, and our families all went to Terry Black's. It was the first place Jeremy took us. It was amazing. And then when we moved here, like that first week, we went there, and that was like August. So I haven't been there in over a year. Really good barbecue, really good sides. It was definitely, if you're in Austin or anywhere near Austin, go check out Terry Black's. It's downtown. It's great. But then last weekend, we went to, we're down hanging out around South Congress, and we went to Lucy's Fried Chicken. Scott, Jeremy, have either of you been to Lucy's Fried Chicken? There's multiple.
not.
There's
Yes.
multiple locations. Yeah, it was pretty good, man. It's fried chicken, but they had the reason I wanted to go there is because they had chicken and waffles. It's not
Nice.
Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles or like Lolo's. The waffles are different. They're the fluffier ones.
Like actual, they're not like those weird cinnamon flat.
Yeah,
Waffles,
yeah.
like-
They were still super sweet, but they were really good. So yeah, people. I posted on my Instagram story last weekend, and people asked and wanted to hear about it. So Lucy's Fried Chicken, it was pretty good. I will go back.
Here's the thing: if you're gonna do chicken and waffles, the waffles have to be sweet to balance the savory of the chicken. So like, if they're not gonna have the cinnamony like sugar that that they have, they got to be like sweeter things. So you get the sweet and the savory per bite.
Yeah, Jeremy, did you get the waffles there, or I don't know? They
No,
have other stuff too.
I just got the standard chicken when I've been there.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's good. And then I'm like, I didn't even try the chicken and waffles. I'm like, do I want to try the chicken and waffles? Right? Like I said, is it?
Yeah, I don't know if you'll like it. I don't know if you'll like the waffles.
Yeah.
From our conversations about Lolo's and stuff, I don't know. Like they were super sweet. I didn't even put syrup on them because the only like I tried it without it and it was still good. But the syrup they had was the Smucker's like prepackaged one. I assume that's a COVID thing. So I'm like, I'll try it without, and it was good. So I just ate my waffles without syrup even.
Yeah. Well, I think
it's hard because we have been to Lolo's and Roscoe's, so we've been to the best.
Well,
right.
What I said, what was hard for me too, I think, because I went to Lucy's, I said within like 2 weeks of like I said discovering Tumble 22 for the very first time. And so I'm like,
not the same, yeah.
So once I went to Tumble 22 and got the chicken there, I'm like,
See, that's different. So there's fried chicken, and then there's the Nashville hot chicken. They are different to me.
True.
Like I get a very different craving when I'm like, when I want fried chicken, the Nashville hot chicken sandwich ain't gonna do it.
Yeah. And this
But
was
when
good,
I'm
classic
craving the other
fried
way.
chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will tell you, since I learned of we're going to talk food, I guess, for the first little part of this. Fuck it, I don't care. Since I found Nashville hot chicken sandwiches, and like as a thing, I have not been back to Chick-fil-A. That's out of my life.
What?
Like I think I've been there once since I've discovered Tumble 22 because Nashville
you're welcome.
hot chicken is 100% better.
You're welcome. I said
So yeah. Manny's asking about what Nashville hot chicken is. So it's basically just a breaded chicken sandwich, but they dip it in like a dry rub and then like a spicy oil, so it comes out like with this weird glaze of like oil and hotness, and it is ridiculously good. So if anywhere you're at, if you can find a place like Manny, I know you're California, right? So wherever, look for a place that has Nashville hot chicken and give it a try, because I'm sure somebody out there has brought it to LA, right? Or like
I would think
generally like Southern California. Go find it. It is good.
Yeah.
As someone stated in the chat, I am now getting hungry listening to all of this food talk.
Exactly.
You're welcome.
Sounds delicious.
Welcome to my life. I'm
Hey, so food talk, Larry stripping, like I said, live on camera. Like it's like I said, we're talking about like my large packages. Like it's that type of podcast.
He was
That was subtle, but he just lost some clothing.
It was getting hot in here. All that hot chicken. I love Tumble 22, but they're just a little bit too inconvenient for me to go there to that Round Rock location. And Chick-fil-A is still on DoorDash. Full circle, right? Like I can get DoorDash to bring me Chick-fil-A.
Up in the area of Tumble 22.
You're a little closer
often enough that. No, I mean it's just.
I hate the 35, man.
Yeah, that's just too. Yeah, but it's 20 minutes away. Come on.
35.
I will go the extra 10 minutes that it takes me to brave that damn parking lot to go to Chick-fil-A. I'll take the extra 10 minutes to go get the hot chicken from there.
Scott,
because it's spicier, it's juicier, and it just all around, everything about it is better, except for the fries.
Yeah.
You should be the sponsor,
Scott. I am also Team Tumble. Like I said, I will drive to go to Tumble. I will drive to go to Tumble. I said it's literally just close enough to where I don't mind doing it.
All right. Here's how bad it is, right? I will actually eat the pickles and welcome the pickles from Tumble 22, but I will like throw a fit if you put one of them shitty pickles on my sandwich from Chick-fil-A and get any of that gross pickle flavor on my sandwich. But Tumble 22, if they accidentally put the pickles not on the sandwich, not on the side, I'm okay with it. Like that's the difference.
Nate, come visit. We'll buy you chicken.
Yep.
I want a chicken sandwich, please.
Yeah. And the moral of that story is come visit. We'll buy you chicken.
Yeah. Come to Austin. We'll take you and get you some hot chicken.
We'll just eat for however long you're
We'll just go to every restaurant that we know.
It'll be fun. I
will totally do that.
Hold on. Scrolling. Even Taco Bueno.
That's right. Taco Bueno.
See, Larry's scrolling. It's not easy to find.
No, it is not easy.
If you're not already on that screen and in the general area, it takes way too long to find our little bumpers anymore.
It is. It's rough. Real quick before we move on to the next person, shout out to the chat. We've mentioned multiple names, but Manny's here. What's up, Manny? Thank you to Manny for always sharing our stuff on Twitter. Much appreciated. Ed, thank you, Ed, for always sharing your bingo card on Instagram every Saturday night after we wrap up. If you want to get your own bingo card, go to podcastbingo.com/STS Guys. Shout out to Andrew again. Multiple Andrew shout outs today for making that bingo card for us. I see Jessica. Go for it.
Bingo!
Before we go too far, I need to hit my button. It's right there.
I should have paused. Shout out to Jessica. I was excited because Manny also was in the chat, right, and reminded us that it was Ed and Jessica's anniversary earlier this week. So happy anniversary to Ed and Jessica.
I think it was their. Well, I think it was their anniversary of the first time we ate at a chicken joint. Because that's what Ed chimed in the chat a little bit later.
Their real anniversary was sometime the last week or two. Well.
Happy anniversary on both.
Yes, especially the chicken one. That's the important one.
I mean that's the most important.
We got Cookie from Just a Little Podcast. What's up, Cookie? And I know if I scroll all the way to the top, I saw Nicola too. So shout out to Nicola. She was over on Facebook. Thanks for hanging out.
Wait, you forgot we have a very special guest in the chat.
We do. Who?
I'm gonna pull it up here because we got former president of the United States,
former dead president,
a dead president who John F. Kennedy.
Wow,
jumping in the chat here. So
what an honor!
Memories of a dead president, by the way.
What an honor! You know what? We need to do a special something for Mr. Kennedy and his time in Dallas.
Yeehaw!
Throwing a second Texas in there, huh? Here. This honestly, we're just going crazy with these. This sums up my thoughts about this podcast so far.
That podcast is filling your head with garbage. You should be in school.
Accurate.
I like it. I don't know. Nate, what do you got? Did you buy anything? Go anywhere cool? Eat something?
I don't have it next to me, but I did get a new Ninja Turtles figure in.
Oh, cool.
Podcast Square, by the way. NECA did a pre-order of their Ultimate April O'Neil, who's like one of the only characters they haven't done for the movie line. And you can only, you can get it through the NECA site. So they did like a week-long pre-order. Mine finally came through. So that was pretty awesome because that kind of completes, I think, everybody from the original movie now. I have like Casey, Shredder, all the Turtles, some Foot Clan. So that was kind of like the last big one I was missing.
That's awesome.
Nate,
I only wish they would. What?
A question. Speaking of pre-orders and stuff like that, did you end up picking up that Galactus?
No.
Oh.
The Hasbro Pulse one? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of pricey though, right? Like,
well, it came with 4 other figures, too.
Well, it was $400, and it came with 3 tiers. It came with 3 figures. So it came with Nova Ray or something like that, and then Silver Surfer and Morg. So 3 of the Heralds. I'm surprised they didn't throw in Terex as like one of the last ones because it got up to like 33,000 backers.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they only needed 14. And it was funny because for a long time that goal was going for a while. Like it people were like, I don't know if it's going to reach the goal because it was taking a while to get up to 14. But once it got to 14, it like doubled overnight. It was crazy.
Wow.
And they just kept adding tiers to it, which are free stuff. It's a Kickstarter. But yeah, I couldn't do it, man. I think about that thing coming in and it's 32 inches tall. So it's really big.
How are you even going to take, just thinking about it, based on that size, like photos?
Yeah.
Like how
exactly.
would you
it doesn't work.
The problem is you frame that one in with your other 1/12 scale figures, right? You break that like scale illusion because at that tall, that's 3 feet tall, right? Roughly, like it's a yardstick.
Yeah.
Sitting there. Like there's going to be too much stuff in the background that you can scale off of to realize that it's tiny, right? You can't like have other scale things down to like get the thing. Like
Nate would have to build an entire city in one of his spare rooms or something,
right? To make like a full city-sized diorama. Like like that's the only way to do it.
Came my mind too. Yeah, I was like, man, I don't know how I'm gonna photograph that thing. And they did a Sentinel before, which isn't as big, but still huge figure. I mean, it's cool. If you're a mega collector, I think it's going to be something that's going to be like a really nice piece in your collection. And once they hit the market, because they are Kickstarters and they're limited, they're going to go crazy on eBay. Yeah.
So Nate,
you won't have a problem getting rid of it.
Come take some photos when it's time.
Did you back it?
Did you buy it?
I bought it.
Nice.
Nice. Crazy.
That's cool, man.
But yeah, I mean, I definitely can't wait to see it. So I'll have to come check out yours, Jeremy. But yeah, what else? Oh, I went to the movie theater today after not going for like almost 2 years.
Lucky.
Yeah, so it's been a long time since I've been in the movies. There's not a whole lot that'll get me to the movie theater, but I will say a new Marvel movie. And at first I wasn't sure how excited I was about Shang-Chi, but the more that I saw it, and then one of my friends went and saw it on Thursday, and he was telling me how good it was. So I just decided to go out there and do it. And it was weird because I thought they were going to space out seats a little bit more, but I was literally packed in between 2 people, like next to next, So it was like, I was wearing my mask and I tried not to touch anybody. But it was cool seeing it at the theater. I forgot how big, the screens are, and it was the Cine Capri one. So the sound was really good, and it was a cool experience. The movie was awesome. We'll talk about it a little bit later because I know Jeremy saw it too, but it wasn't as bad as I thought. But I don't think I'm going to be rushing back to the theater anytime soon. I do prefer the straight to streaming platform over going to the theaters. But it was so cool.
But Eternals comes out in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
No,
so, kind of a dud.
Yeah.
So rumor has it, right? I said the current rumor has it that I said so. We got the teaser trailer for Spider-Man. I said, No Way Home. Rumor has it the full trailer is going to be attached to Eternals, so they're using the trailer to basically get people to the theater.
Yeah, one of those.
So here's my question with that. The one that they gave us was like 2.5 minutes long. What denotes a teaser versus a trailer?
I don't know.
I would rather
because at
just
this
be
point
teasers.
that teaser and was this length of a trailer. I don't understand what they call like a teaser versus that. Like if that's the way that we're going and there's going to be more like longer or more story stuff, I only want teasers.
Yeah.
Well,
Sorry.
well, teasers used to traditionally be 30 seconds. Like, so that it used to be a teaser trailer used to be 30 seconds. Like it's like
And
that
quick.
It's that quick flash. Like
Yeah, just a couple scenes.
But that Spider-Man one was a full-on trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. You see dialogue between him, like Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. Yeah. Like, I agree. Teasers usually don't have like full-on conversations like that one did, but whatever.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
Do
I'd rather just be a teaser. I don't want a long trailer. I think we talked about this once before,
Yeah.
but I don't like long trailers.
No, and we don't. I don't need to see more of the villains and all that. You gave me just enough.
It gave me just enough. Just showing that one scene of Alfred Molina as
Hello, Peter.
Doc Ock saying hello, Peter. Not no tentacles or whatever. Just showing him was enough to be like, all right, I'm in.
Yeah.
Done. Like I'm out.
well, compared to I don't know how many trailers they've had for Eternals, I'm still not interested to see the movie. I think there's like 3 or 4
same.
trailers.
And there was
It played.
there's
Go
the
ahead.
new one, right? You guys saw it before. How do you say it? How do you say Shang-Chi?
Shang-Chi.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
It's she, right? Like,
He says it in the movie, and he like corrects somebody.
Larry broke his microphone.
let's not knock stuff over, shall we? Yeah. All right. Yeah.
He specifically goes over it in the movie. I think for people that are like, "How do you say it?" He's like, "It's Shang-Chi."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he
When he
Trying to show
Americanized,
everybody.
the name
Sean.
to Sean, which was funny.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway,
exactly, and
do
they
we-
make fun of him for doing that too.
do we have anything else, or do we just want to talk
No.
about the movie?
So before we go into that movie, we had the discussion about the Marvel's what ifs.
Oh yeah.
So I want to go in. Let's do the what if real quick, and then we can talk Shang-Chi after. Because Larry, I know you haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it.
I saw
So-
it.
He saw
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I saw it.
Okay, so I'm the only one that hasn't
you
seen
are.
it. So
Yeah, we can talk
screw
about
all
what
of y'all.
Two what if.
Yeah.
So last we talked a little bit about the first 2 episodes of What If on Disney Plus last week, and we all mentioned how we hadn't seen episode 3, the one it was kind of Black Widow centric. I watched half of that one, so I'm still basically in the same spot. But you guys said you watched 3 and 4, right? The Black Widow one, and then the episode 4 was it Doctor Strange?
Doctor Strange, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to call that one as fairly Black Widow centric, but based on what happens, it's definitely not a Black Widow centric story. Anything where they're not at the end of the movie or end of the show, it's not centered on them.
Yeah.
Manny's asking really quick. We will try to avoid spoilers.
Avoid spoilers to go through. So yeah,
we won't talk
when
any
we get to
major plot
Shang-Chi,
points.
We think we can do it.
we're
We're gonna
do it
try.
without spoilers. They better not spoil it because I'm right here, and I mean
Yeah.
I'm not going to be that upset, but I'll definitely
Oh,
be I'll be a little bit peeved.
We don't care about
But-
Scott. We care
Yeah.
about Manny.
Yeah.
Ed said, "Hold on, man. They might not even get to the movie. Basically,
Yeah.
'Cause they're gonna
Right.
talk what if."
Exactly. Yeah.
Accurate.
Yeah.
As so let's go through because Jeremy, you made a very good point. I was not impressed with the first 2 episodes of
No.
the What If series. Okay, the Captain America one was
Even that one, like
it was
okay.
it was okay.
I like that one. That was
It was
cool.
okay, but it wasn't enough where I was like, "Ooh, I'm getting into this series. This thing's really caught my
Like-
eye."
Well, here's the thing. I think the thing with like I said, the first one, it was literally just first Avenger gender swapped.
Yeah.
It was literally nothing else besides first Avenger gender swapped. Captain America,
And they did play all the same, like the
It's
same movie beats.
it was the same movie spots,
Well-
like I said, every single time. I'm like, meh.
except you added the Hydra Stomper, right? Which is
Yeah.
basically Iron Man.
Well,
So,
I would say they do that in almost every episode where they have one scene that you've already seen before that ties it back. Like at Doctor Strange had it. You had it in the 3rd one with Nick Fury and the Iron Man scene, and a lot of the other scenes that took place. I think they try to tie you back to the main universe a lot, just so you know, like, okay, this takes place right here.
right.
You know,
Right. And so you have the dude from Westworld playing the Watcher, which, by the way,
different, right?
His voice is
cool.
bring for Utah, like that completely the right casting for that one. Like the dude's voice, I never even really thought about that as like who should be the voice of that character. But holy crap, now that I've heard his voice as it, can't be anybody else.
I didn't even realize it was him. So cool.
Yeah.
He does do a great
brings
job,
up. So the one that really I did not like in any way, shape, or form was I'm going to call it the Ocean's 11 in space, which is the second one. And Ed brings up why did Black Panther call himself Star-Lord when Star-Lord was the name that came from Peter Quill's mother that she called him, right?
Yeah.
Like,
so that's a really good point.
Yeah,
it was. I think Nate mentioned it last episode. It was kind of forced.
It was definitely forced.
It was okay.
And you have Nebula with long blonde hair for some reason right? Like I did not like that. But then we got into what if all the heroes were dead?
Dude, that episode
and I was like,
work all the Avengers.
Yeah, everyone dies, and you're like, dude, and then, holy shit! Like this is really good.
Well, then I said, I think the death that's probably the most fucked up out of all of them, right, was the death of the Hulk. Like,
yeah,
he
explodes,
just boom.
They gotta explode the Hulk.
I know. I was like a little surprised when I saw him. Like, okay, they're not gonna kill Hulk. Maybe they'll just immobilize him here. You know,
nope.
Sure enough, just like freaking blows up like a balloon.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, but then and then just then there's like the little flashbacks to basically how all the deaths happened. Like, man, I'm like, okay,
they did such a good job. Because I didn't read any spoilers or anything going into that. And at this point, we might spoil a little bit, but to have
we just said Hulk exploded, so
yeah.
Having
and it's 2 weeks old at this point, the one that we're talking about, but having Pym in the wasp suit basically being all miniaturized and causing all this like wreaking all this havoc that caused the death of everybody was like holy shit! Like I did not
definitely surprised
that.
me.
Yeah,
like,
so basically, Shield killed his daughter. Shield killed Hank Pym's daughter. He blames Shield for everything. So he's like, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna murk all the Avengers," and like one by one, takes them every single one of them out.
Okay,
and like so in Iron Man 2, when Black Widow like injects Tony with that little syringe to help cure his disease. In this version, Hank hides in the needle and basically like forces the needle to explode the metal into his neck and kills him like at the time, and like zaps Hawkeye's arrow when he's drawing on Thor, so he lets go of his arrow, right, and like kills Thor. So he's doing like the systematic murder of everybody that was on his Avengers list.
But the Hulk one though, went down subatomic, went underneath Hulk's skin, put one of those things that make things real big on Hulk's heart, and blew him up from the inside out.
Right?
Freaking crazy.
Straight up murdered him.
All right.
I get it.
Really
so
unexpected.
Ed brings up wasn't that one of the Thanos theories? Why don't they?
So that was one of the Thanos theories. But here's why this works and Thanos does not. Right. So the unfortunate thing is the thought is that Ant-Man could just go in Thanos's bum and then grow back big again, right? And then go. But the problem is Ant-Man would die if that was the case, because the pressure of a sphincter, we'll call it your colon, is enough to then also put enough resistance to crush you as you were expanding, right? So you wouldn't splash out. Like they would both potentially die in that situation. But this one with the heart forcing it to grow out, right? You have enough space for it to grow big enough to explode.
So I think the smart thing about this is that like he got shot before he had changed. And so basically Ant-Man was waiting in the skin, and then Hulk changes, and then he goes and like blows him up in the heart. It was crazy because he you start thinking like, how the hell did he just do that? Like, what happened?
Planned it, like it shows this person has sat years planning it out.
But I think they could have done that with Thanos. Like, it doesn't have to go up his ass, you know?
Yeah.
But I think any kind of
is,
extreme growth of something inside of you, it's going to split you apart. It doesn't matter what it is.
Right. But there's a thing like, I'm going to go. There's a video.
Thanos could have died.
There's actually a video about like pressure and things that they found out that like potentially even the heart exploding may not actually, like he would probably die, right? Because his heart expanded and then popped.
Well, let's get to
a person expanding and then exploding may not actually happen. I will. I'm gonna try to. I'll find a link. I'm gonna drop it in the chat here about somebody that actually did the math and found out that Thanos would be fine.
Well, let's talk about episode 4, and then we'll do a brief talk about Shang-Chi. So
4 was, I think, 4 was my favorite so far.
So I haven't seen any of Thor. What's a quick like summary of what Thor is? Right,
this
is Doctor Strange.
It's the Doctor Strange. But what if instead of him being by himself in the car when he crashes and he destroys his hands?
Yeah.
What if Christine is in the car with him?
His girlfriend.
His girlfriend, right?
Rachel McAdams.
Yeah, Rachel McAdams, right? What if Rachel McAdams is in the car, and instead of him being injured in the wreck, she dies, but he's fine. Now he still looks for the mystical, right? Becomes to try to bring her back, becomes still the Sorcerer Supreme, as everything led up to it, but then starts to look at before all the Infinity War craziness.
Yeah,
figures out, can I use the Eye of Agamotto to bring her back? It's basically the way it goes.
Manny says 4 was the best. In his opinion, it was the best episode so far. So I'm gonna have to check that one out, I guess, sometime.
It was pretty awesome. I did like that one a lot, and you get to see like a side of Doctor Strange that we have not seen before, like super powerful, evil Doctor Strange. Is kind of cool.
Well, then at some point in time too, right? So I think this is what makes the No Way Home trailer much more interesting, right? It's because at some point in time during that episode, there are 2 Doctor Stranges in the same universe, right? Because that was the whole concept. They needed to actually combine themselves in order to have enough power to actually bring her back. But there are actually technically 2 Doctor Stranges. Hey, there was like the good one and the bad one.
Well,
right?
and this was just that universe, right?
Just that
was split in half, and you have the good and bad Doctor. So what if you have multiple versions of Doctor Strange that could have had different things happen to them?
So it makes this Far From Home trailer where Doctor Strange is like all playing, loose and fast with time and reality. A lot more interesting concept, just because it's almost like they're laying a breadcrumb, like I said in this show, right? Which they've already said that a lot of these shows will connect. I said to the MCU. But I'm like, okay,
this is evil Doctor Strange, maybe.
So is it like full on like good Doctor Strange, or is it like bad, not necessarily bad Doctor Strange, but fucked up Doctor Strange,
or is it just somewhere in between?
Or somewhere in between, yeah.
First off, so far we've seen him in the Sorcerer Supreme outfit every single time. He's wearing a sweater. Now I get that the inside is covered in ice, but he is wearing the sweater. So is that really our Doctor Strange, or is that their push that it is a fake one?
Well, right? and you got to remember too, like every time that we've seen Doctor Strange, he's always been like, no, I can't mess with this, or hey, no, I can't do this, or hey, no, I can't do this.
Wink.
It's curious as to him like letting Peter be around when he does the spell or whatever, and he's like, "You're doing something wrong." Like, seems like there's something going on. Like that's not the Doctor that we know.
Yeah, so it was just weird. So like no, that episode 4 though with Dark Doctor Strange, literally where he murdered the entire universe.
Yeah,
all right,
pretty crazy.
Yeah, he literally said everything went out of existence.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to see, you get to see the 2 Doctor Stranges kind of go at it, and it's cool. It surprises you how it ends.
I just posted the link to Twitch, by the way. I don't know if you can actually click on those, but copy that out. It is the actual a physicist doing the science of whether Ant-Man going in Thanos' butt would kill Thanos or not.
Cool.
I love how somebody actually took the time to analyze that.
Somebody with actual science background was like, would that work? And here's why not. So
doing science.
Continue on.
Anything else on What If?
No.
I'm excited for the next one. I hope it
actually makes me more excited. I know they're going to save it for the last one, but I know there's the What If Spider-Man is the Sorcerer Supreme and it's Marvel Zombies. I know they're saving that for last, but like it actually makes me curious if they're going to keep going with these darker tones of these shows, because like the last two did not have happy endings. Like the number 3 kind of had a semi-happy ending. Number 4 did not have any sort of happy ending. Well, so moving on to like those sort of stories, I would love more.
Yeah, they're kind of fucked up.
They're I think that's what's the best part about What If is that they can do stuff that they wouldn't normally do in the MCU. Yeah. You know, stuff kind of like Infinity War style.
And I think 1 and 2 only didn't strike me because it was something like 1 was basically the first. Is Captain America. Like Jeremy said, it's the gender swap with slightly different things. And at the end, she comes back as Captain America. So it's basically Avengers continue on as normal, right?
But you get Hydra Stomper, man.
But you get Hydra Stomper, which is just Iron Man back in the day, right? Yeah.
And it's Steve Rogers is the first Iron Man. That's like a mind fuck for me.
Well, yeah, because he's not Captain America. So what do they do?
I know, but it kind of like changes up the cast a little.
But why isn't he back at home?
Not that much, right? It changes.
The thing is, like, how does that change future Iron Man? Because that's like the first one back in the 50s.
Well, because so then you're just gonna have more advanced Iron Man suits, right? But it still doesn't change a whole lot versus the second one, which was just
maybe
utterly ridiculous. And by the way, I didn't even think about it until the end, but number 2 ends with the destruction of the universe, by the way. Like I didn't even realize it, but thinking about it, at the end of number 2, you have Kurt Russell, right, showing back up to meet Star-Lord, which means all of Guardians 2 didn't happen, which means which means then that Kurt Russell will use Star-Lord to generally complete his plan and basically seed the universe as part of him. That universe is done. It's over. Like that timeline is gone. That's all ego at this point.
Interesting.
So like, even though that story did have a happy ending, it does not end well. Like after seeing the other two, I was like, am I missing something? And thought about the other ones. I was like, yeah, only one of them has a happy ending, sort of. And that's number 1. All the other ones are pretty fucked up.
Well,
if you're excited for the next, sorry, go ahead.
Well, if you like happy endings, you got to check out Shang-Chi.
I know you didn't mean this. I know you didn't mean this, but it went into like the massage parlor realm.
I knew what was happening, Scott. I knew.
Oh boy! But yes,
go to the 10 Rings massage parlor.
Yeah, the 10 Rings.
And ask for Shang-Chi.
10 Rings
happy ending.
So obviously, we're pretty close to the end. We'll try to keep light spoilers and just kind of give our general thoughts about it. So I don't know, Nate, what did you think? I know you said you saw it today at good old Harkins. Did you like it?
The thing that stands out the most about Shang-Chi is just the fighting. The choreography is just so well done. It reminds me of like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, or like those old like Kung Fu Hustle, movies like that are just really cool to watch from a martial arts standpoint. And they just take it to the max. There's so many different fight scenes, and the main villain is, I think, really fleshed out really well. I love the 10 Rings. There's some parts where it gets like really into the fantasy realm a little bit, and the ending is very CGI heavy. But overall, I think it surprised me. I liked it more than I expected I would, and I'm excited for where they're going to fit into the MCU and kind of how that's going to unfold. So I would give it probably like a 4 out of 5, to be honest. I really liked it.
That's it. That's a good.
Yeah.
Like that is a pretty good assessment for this, considering we all gave Black Widow like 2 or 3.
But the thing about this is that it actually feels like it's universe expanding. You know, it's one of those movies, kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy, where it shows you something that you have not seen in the MCU at all before, and you can see how that's going to expand everything else.
Yeah, and it was kind of like when we were talking about the trailer and stuff. I remember we said I was kind of hoping it would be just like a good movie, kind of in the way Captain America and the Winter Soldier is just a good movie. This was just a good like karate martial arts movie. Like Nate said, the thing that stood out to me is some really good fight scenes with some really cool camera angles. It reminded me. I never saw Crouching Tiger or Hidden Dragon, but I remember when it came out, it was a big deal and had all that cool like Matrix kind of effects. It had cool different things. Like it was a fun to watch.
Jeremy,
just really creative, you know, the way that it executed a lot of that.
So I don't know about these two. This one and this one. I know you have seen Ip Man, which to me is the fight scenes is the epitome of movie fight scenes. The first one, Ip Man 1, right?
Yes.
Especially where he beats down the one guy and does the multi-fight scene. Yeah. So how are the fight scenes compared to that?
Okay, well, you're going to love it, Scott, because there's actually a scene in the bus where he does that exact same thing. He's like hits a guy like probably 5 times within a couple of seconds. It's crazy.
Where Hitman hits the guy, I think I counted 35.
Yeah.
Like a matter of like saying it just beats the guy into the ground. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the kung fu movies. The problem I have with Shang-Chi is that it's only in theaters, and getting to a theater right now is just not convenient.
So Ed asks, without spoiling it, can you tell us what they define a time period? So it takes place after Endgame. It's definitely the most current event.
So there's no like weird time, like, oh, this is during. No one gets dusted in an end credit scene, right?
No. They mention what happens in Endgame. Yeah, they talk about Endgame.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's after
that's
that.
Cool.
So Jeremy, what was your thought? Because you're the only one that hasn't brought up anything.
Yeah.
No spoilers. What was your thought?
No. So I mentioned this before the podcast. I'm gonna give my rating real quick. I thought 3.5 out of 5. Like I said, it's pretty solid movie. Enjoyed it a hell of a lot more than Black Widow. Like it was, like I said, much more of an entertaining movie for me, right? Because it actually blended well. I said it blended comedy elements. Like I said, I think that's what I said. There was a lot of there's a lot of comedy elements in there, right? I said that played really well. I said the fight scenes were really good. Like I said, just the overall story, right? But I really enjoyed it. Plus, I said there's a few different fight scenes I said in there that are a hark back to an older kung fu movie from '93 that actually has the same people in it. So Wenwu, which is played by Tony Yo, I think his name is.
Is that the dad?
The villain.
The dad.
Right?
Yeah, the dad.
The dad.
So he and the chick that was the aunt, right? They were actually in this movie called Butterfly and Sword back in 1993, and so they actually there's some of the fight scenes in that movie that actually are very, very similar. To how they do a couple of different things. So I pull up one of the specific screenshots from that movie. And it looks like you could literally could have been taken back in 1993 as a screenshot from Shang-Chi. So like takes place in a bamboo forest. Like there's some crazy fight scenes that are specifically going on. But no, I enjoyed the movie. I'm glad I saw it. I'm glad I went to the theater to see it. Probably not the best movie I've seen since I've been back to the theater. Free Guy, I said, still probably takes that number one spot for me in terms of basically, the best movie I've seen since going back to the theaters. But no, it was definitely a solid movie. I'd recommend everyone go see it.
It was good. I didn't do a rank, but I'll give it a 4 too, like Nate. I thought it was good. I was just looking at my MCU rank that I have on my phone for my rewatch. It's I need some more time to think about it, but it's probably around like Doctor Strange and like maybe ahead of Captain America: First Adventure for me.
So you're kind of putting it like
solid.
high middle.
Yeah, it's a solid middle of the road movie. It's definitely not in the bottom third. It's like that middle third.
All right, I got a question for you, Larry. I said, how did you? I said, well, and Nate too, right? I said, like, how did you guys? I said, comparing Black Widow versus this. Like, I said, what would you rather see? Like, I said, would you rather see Black Widow? Like, I said, or this?
Well, I'll answer that easily because I haven't seen Black Widow yet. There's nothing that would. I wasn't excited enough to go to the movie theater for it. Whereas Shang-Chi, I really wanted to see it after
I haven't even seen Shang-Chi yet, but I will tell you this. But opposite Nate, I did watch Black Widow, and I would rather watch the trailer for Shang-Chi.
Wow. No, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
In a row, just keep watching that for the entire run length of Black Widow, and I think I would enjoy the Shang-Chi.
No
better.
way. Oh my god! So I will pick Black Widow. Black Widow wasn't that bad. They were both good though, right?
You're lying because you're just trying to be opposite.
I like Black Widow. It really wasn't that bad. Maybe because I just saw the other movie last night, but like I'll rewatch both of them. Like I guess that's the main point, right? They were both good. They're both rewatching. Black Widow, not that bad.
Black Widow wasn't bad, but there was nothing redeeming about it. It was just it was a movie made for what? A send off to the character that you already killed. Like there was nothing about Black Widow because the character's not going to continue on, and they introduced a character which I don't give a shit about the new Black Widow for the future. Like I don't care. Like oh no, boo! Yeah. Like you gave me a new character. At least Shang-Chi takes place in the current timeline, like present, so they can try to move a goddamn story forward. Give me a story. Yeah. Like tell me what I'm. Marvel, tell me why I should watch your movies some more. Give me a big bad that they have to build back up to, because you haven't done any of that yet.
Well, technically, this is like the first movie for Phase 4, so
no,
because Black Widow doesn't count.
All the other ones counted for the new phase, and all the shows count towards the MCU.
Sure.
So you haven't shown me anything about the future of the MCU that I actually care about yet.
Well, for anybody going, make sure to stay after the credits because there's a mid-credits and there's an after-credits scene.
Yeah, they're both really good. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they're both great.
Definitely check that out. But yeah,
and to Scott's complaint just now about Black Widow, they show you something that kind of tells you a little bit about what's going to happen next, but sort of not. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
I still don't see that name. I felt like you didn't watch the same end credit scene.
There's certain people that aren't present that is very telling for me.
You're spoiling. No, just go watch it. We'll talk about the end credit scenes later, like in a week or two.
Well, we can talk spoilers in a couple weeks. We'll talk about the end credit scene.
We'll talk.
I'll have watched the movie, so I'll be able to.
Go. So you can
spoil things with everybody.
Yeah, you can go ahead and rank it ahead of Black Widow. We're all looking forward to that.
I feel like that Black Widow movie would have been good as in between Infinity War and Endgame, so they could cut out the very end scene of like the death. So you're like, cool, this explains a lot of Black Widow, and then she dies in Endgame. It would have had a much more impact, I think.
Or right after the Civil War, like where
it takes place. Yeah, but like giving that. Like where it placed, like because the character's dead and they're not coming back, and especially the lawsuit that was happening right before it came out, like I don't care, and I know that nothing in that movie is going to really progress forward that much. Maybe for another TV show at most.
I have a feeling they're going to do really well at the box office this weekend because it is, Labor Day weekend, and I feel like it's going to be a huge opening for them.
And the first big new character MCU movie, I think it's going to happen.
I do have something to say though. So if you're going to go see Shang-Chi, it's on Disney Plus right now. Go watch the short film All Hail the King. Basically, that was the bonus content from Iron Man 3.
Where you find out there is actually a Mandarin.
Yes, go watch All Hail the King as a refresher. So it's
okay. Interesting.
Perfect.
All right, cool. Right, so more Shang-Chi to come later. But in the meantime, you should follow us on Instagram because that's a cool thing to do. You can find us at STS Guys. We're on Twitter at STS Guys. And guess what? We're also on Facebook at the STS Guys. And I am Larry from the STS Guys.
Chilling like a villain.
Chilling like a villain.
Ding 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 diggy ding ding. Ding 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 diggy ding ding.
And then if you like Funko Pops, you should go to shumistore.com. That's right. Shumi's got that mint box guarantee. And if you enter code STS Guys, you're going to save 10%. And if you like t-shirts, if you like black t-shirts, if you like black licensed t-shirts, you should go to animatedapparelcompany.com, enter code STS Guys, get yourself a t-shirt. You're going to save 10% and you're going to get free shipping. Animated Apparel Company. It's the best.
It's the best.
And if you like podcasts, you should check out our friends who have podcasts.
I don't have friends. I got family.
Check out Talkin' Pops, Pop Collectors Alliance, the Four Dorksmen. Oh, sorry, the Dorksmen. Geek Together, Secondary Heroes, the Average Nerd Podcast, Nerdy Curious, Movie Retakes, the Toy Rewind Podcast, 3 Beers and a Mic, and the Cross the Streams Media team, because we're part of that. You can check us out at crossthestreamsmedia.com. Check out Just a Little Podcast, the Totally Rad Movie Podcast, It's Not Dead Yet, and don't miss Josh and Nate on the Figure Booth, now available on YouTube.
Ooh.
I mixed up the list. I rearranged it. I just forgot to take off the 4 in my Dorksman tag, which I will update right now. So shout out to those guys. All 3 or 4 of them. Actually, all 4 of them, because you know what? Former Dorksman member Asian Tony Stark is live on Twitch right now, so we're going to raid him.
Well done, Larry. Well
If
done.
that's the case,
Well
then, Jeremy,
done.
do your thing. Take us.
All right. For episode 188, I said of the STS Guys, I've been Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
Hey guys, I've been Nate.
I'm Scott.
And we're the STS Guys. Have a great night, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Since it's been a while.
Raid.
STS Guys Podcast is the best you ever seen. Go and listen weekly pop culture podcasts, they are so clean. Talking about movies, TV shows, collectibles, I mean Jeremy, Larry, Nate and Scott are the best hosts you ever seen. Batman, Spider-Man, Ninja Turtles, very cool. Just lay down, open a beer, that's the big rule. Relax every week with us, we doing it right. Interesting subjects, we don't bother you at all. Come with us, it's gonna be so cool. Okay, STS Guys Podcast #1. That's not a fool, okay, I promise you gonna have fun. Take your gun, nerds in the beach, I swear that's a big run.